here. I know we have a really intimate audience right now, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. I've only got 10 minutes. But first of all, my name is Megan Nilsson. I go by Crypto Megan on social media. And my goal here today, in these short 10 minutes that I have, is to open up your mind and your eyes to understand the massive opportunity that you have before you right now. So this is just a few of some of the NFTs that I own. I'm really deep into the community, and I'm currently right now on a world tour. So I'm going to explain a little bit about my background. First of all, how many of you here are invested in crypto and NFTs? Raise your hand. A few. All right, so you're all interested. Maybe some of you hadn't gotten your feet wet, then you're at the right panel. You're at the right talk right now because I'm going to help you get started and understand what the most important part of this is, which is mindset, mentality. Okay, so I am a high-end crypto and NFT consultant for large corporations, celebrities, big companies, and investors, and I help them not only with their portfolio management, but also to bridge their companies from Web 2 to Web 3. And right now, I'm currently on a world speaking tour because I decided that I don't want to have all that knowledge reserved for the people at the top who have mega multi-million-dollar portfolios. I want to help people get involved because I've been in this world for many, many years, and I know what it takes to get involved and stick around, because many people come and they get burned and they leave, and that's not what I want for you guys. So I decided to go on a world tour to advocate for women in Web3 and also in NFTs and newcomers, so you have a place where you can learn quality information you can trust. Okay, so these are just some of the people that I've met on my world tour. I actually did AIBC in Dubai, so that's how I figured them out, and it's an incredible organization. So these are just some of the people that I've met along the way, and they're really key industry leaders, thought leaders, and what I'm a part of is a movement of visionaries who believe and understand where this is going, and they cannot be shaken from their conviction. And what we need here is a thesis, an investment thesis. If you have that thesis, you're going to do well, but if not, you're going to invest money, and it's like throwing money into a wishing well, hoping it'll come back, but you really don't understand why. And so I want to show you this. This was one of the first major investments that I made. I spent about 2 years before I ever even made my first investment. And I did that at the end of the last bear market, my heaviest investment, and within about a year, I did a 62x. And the reason why I'm showing you this today is because right now, we have that opportunity again. And you can't imagine how many people have told me, I missed the boat, it's over, I won't have the opportunity to do this, it's already too far along. Let me tell you, you do have the opportunity to do this, and this is why I insist so much that people pay attention and stay engaged during these bear markets. I really believe that anybody investing today can realistically 100x their portfolio and beyond. But you have to have a long-term mindset. You have to think long-term. You don't work your job 9 to 5, retire at 65, and hope to become wealthy within 1 year or 6 months in crypto. It doesn't work that way. This takes time, but I'm telling you, 3 to 5 to 7 years. Right now, we're 300 million users in crypto. By the end of the decade, we're going to be 3.4 billion users. I mean, you guys are insanely early. We're still in the early adopters phase. So what I want you to think about first is about having a long-term mentality and not being able to be shaken by what's happening in the economy. The noise will mess you up. So I think it was something like Warren Buffett said, the S&P 500, the economy has been incredibly volatile throughout the 1900s. I mean, insanely volatile. And even so, the S&P 500 has gone from 66 to 3,000 within the 1900s throughout all the economic turmoil, all the ups and the downs. And I know people are telling you we're headed for a massive recession, the likes that we've never seen before. But let me tell you, that is going to look like a blip on the radar compared to where we're headed. And if you don't believe me, you're going to by the end of this. I hope that you do, and I hope that you recognize the opportunity that we have at hand. I'm going to take this opportunity as well to tell you, my name is Crypto Megan on Instagram and Twitter. And today, for you guys who are here in the audience, I run a private group. So you have access to all of my portfolio, my research, passive income opportunities. I update you on a daily basis in Telegram. What I'm going to do is add you to my private Telegram group for those daily updates. To 10 people who tag me here, share a story, and I'll add you to the private Telegram group where you get those daily updates because I want to give you guys value back. I want you to get your feet wet. I want you to understand how this works. Okay? So this is the curve I was telling you about, the 3.4 billion users we're going to have by the end of this decade. And we are very, very early. We're growing much more rapidly than the internet. It's the fastest growing technology adoption curve since the internet itself. And you're a part of that right now. This is Warren Buffett, all right? So he's the one that said, you know, throughout all the economic turmoil in the 1900s, the S&P grew and flourished and evolved to be something that's up only pretty much throughout the years. So that's what we can expect from this economy. I'm focused on the metaverse. I'm betting on the metaverse. I have an investment conviction and a thesis, which is how I got started. When I made that investment in Cardano, I understood the value before anybody else did, and that's what I do for my private group, for everybody who follows me on social media. I want to bring those opportunities to you. It's about understanding those opportunities early, and right now I am betting on the metaverse. We're currently in a system, a feudalist system, where we're on borrowed territory from Facebook and Google. That's all going to change. We are all going to be gradually moving toward the metaverse, spending more time in the metaverse, and we're going to want to own things in that metaverse. And owning things is going to become not only a necessity, but a privilege. We are going to want to own those digital assets. So what I'm betting on is those metaverse protocols that are going to make that happen. And those metaverse protocols are going to become part of the biggest tech and financial instruments in the world. Okay, so this is just a little bit about the economy. I don't have time to go over all of this, but this is what I discussed in my private group, what you should be watching out for, how you should be looking at your investments, okay? This is a problem. So right now, this is something I want to show you. This is called the Bitcoin fear and greed, okay? We are right now in some of the biggest clusters of extreme fear we've ever been in the history of Bitcoin. And why am I showing you this? Because I want you to understand the massive opportunity that you have at hand right now. These are just some charts that I show in my private group that show that even though the economy and all of, you know, the mass mentality, the herd mentality is everybody's expecting these prices to go lower, but sometimes you're waiting, and it never happens. That magical number never comes. So I've been averaging in throughout this dip, and we might have a very long, extended period of accumulation, but if you're a patient player in this game, that 100x, that massive wealth, life-changing wealth that you could have the opportunity to make in the next 3 to 5 to 7 years is worth the wait. And I just want you guys to be aware of where we're at in the grand scheme of things. We are in the golden zone of opportunity. All of those red arrows have been historically the absolute best time to buy Bitcoin and any other digital asset. And this is where we are now. We're at that arrow there, that top arrow by 2022 and that yellow circle. So it's important to zoom out and really get an understanding of where we're at in the grand scheme of things, okay? I'm going to skip through this because I don't have a lot of time. But I'm going to go here to leave you with what the massive opportunity is that we have at stake. I thoroughly believe that Bitcoin will hit $1 million. Some say by 2030, by 2026, it doesn't matter to me. What matters is that you have that long-term vision. You don't get shaken out by things that are happening in the economy around you, the noise, and you stay focused. The music has stopped. The music is over. And when you're investing in, you know, in a bull market, things get hectic. They get stressful. You can't keep up. I mean, now you have the opportunity to learn, to soak in everything that I soaked in before I started investing and make this change in your life. You know, I believe we're inevitably, like gravity, headed into the metaverse. We're going to spend all of our time there in the metaverse, and the protocols that make that happen, that's what I'm looking to now for my next investment. And if you can invest when things are down and ugly and dreary, you're going to do exceptionally well. And I'll even go so far as to say that if you do invest now, your success is nearly guaranteed. Nearly guaranteed. It's just how much, to what extent. And I'm talking about the financial aspect of crypto because I believe that this is a very financially empowering part of the revolution. There's so many other aspects I could talk to you about and that I will, but right now my focus is to get you to understand where we're at. And I wanted to show you one more thing before we go. This is an example of all the things that I talk about. These were the 2 mutant apes. So I'm also in NFTs. These were the 2 mutant apes I invested in before anybody knew about them, before anybody was talking about them. I did when they were about 3 to 4 ETH, okay, both of them. And at the top, in 6 months, they ran up to $160,000 profit each. And I did that because I recognized the value in it, in the IP, and people building around this. And so what I'm looking for is the next important trend, the up-and-coming trends. I've been talking to industry leaders around the world, including Helen Hai, the vice president of Binance, and I'm really understanding and in the knowing of everything that is being developed behind the scenes right now, and I want to share that with you guys, and I want you guys to be in on that with me. So this is not only a financial revolution, it's also a cultural revolution. And as soon as Bitcoin finds its bottom, I can assure you that there will be years and years of growth, prosperity, and massive, massive upside, because this is not going anywhere, and it is the future. And we are inevitably headed into a crypto-centric world powered by the blockchain, and we will be in the metaverse. So I know this was really short presentation. I would love to share more with you. Please look for me on social media. I'd love to engage, and hope to see you again at another conference soon.